Hey everyone, welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm your host Robert Durden. Today we're not talking politics, or at least not this episode. I'll be doing another episode or two tonight. One of those will be the Jerk of the Week, and you're definitely going to want to tune in for it because there's some big jerks this week. A lot of the interworkings of how Bernie was sabotaged in the 2020 primaries, 2019-2020 primaries, came out in a book, and it is bananas exactly how bad the rigging was. It's so much worse than we thought. So I've got some jerks of the week, definitely, that took down Bernie, and then some jerks of the week that are doing other things that have nothing to do with Bernie. So you're definitely going to want to tune in for that. Today I'm just going to do a review of a book. Now, some of you don't know this about me. I'm also a writer. I write novels. So I'm not just some soulless entity that eats, sleeps, and breathes trashing politicians. I actually like to read quite a bit. So I know David Pakman does kind of book review every once in a while because he's always reading as well. So I won't review every book I'm reading. I will, however, every once in a while, if I find a good one, brand new or old or whatever, I'll recommend it. So right now I'm writing a book, a bunch of short stories. It's scary stories. So I like to immerse myself in the same type of genre when I'm writing. It helps me kind of remember what form I'm trying to follow, and I like to read really good writers in the genre while I'm writing a certain style of novel. So when I was writing my first mystery, I was reading a lot of Dennis Lehane, you know, James Ellroy, stuff like that. And then now that I'm writing horror stories, of course, I'm reading some Stephen King, some Edgar Allan Poe, a little bit of Chuck Palahniuk, Ray Bradbury. So the one that I just finished, you guys may have heard of this. This is Stephen King's first short story anthology called Night Shift. I just finished this a couple of weeks ago, actually. And this is the one that has The Children of the Corn in it, Jerusalem's Lot, the short story. Now, Salem's Lot is his novel based off that short story. But he's got a 40-pager in here about Jerusalem's Lot, which is an excellent short story. It's also got The Mangler. It's got, let's see here. If you've ever seen the movie that Stephen King directed, Maximum Overdrive, the short story it's based off of is called Trucks. It's in here. And it's not one of the best ones in here, but it's an interesting story. And then, let's see, what's the one other one? The Lawnmower Man is the other one that you guys may remember. It was a movie as well. And that's a pretty good short story in here, but I gave this on a 1 to 5 stars. I gave it a 4.5, and I gave it a 5 on Goodreads. Tie goes to the author because it's very well written for how old he was. A lot of this stuff is like written in the early 70s, so it was, I think, his second or third book to come out. He was writing it right around the time he wrote Carrie. So, when you're that young, as a writer myself, he was 3 or 4 years younger than me when he wrote this, so I'm giving The Tide of the Runner, I am giving it 5 stars, and I do want to highly recommend The Children of the Corn is one of the scariest short stories you'll ever read in your life. Same thing with Jerusalem's Lot. The Mangler was really, really good, and then there's another one in there called Sometimes They Come Back. That's a little bit longer. That was really good as well. All the rest of them are good to above average, you know, to great, but those 4 were excellent. So I highly recommend this book. I have another one of his down here. This is my 2-read stack called Nightmares and Dreamscapes. I will be reading that soon. I think it's probably the second to next one I'm reading. Right now I'm reading Ray Bradbury's Golden Apples of the Sun. I'll probably finish that book today, and I'll do a review on that sometime soon. So I don't always just talk politics. If I have a good book, and I know this Bradbury book, it's wonderful so far, so I'm going to do a good review on it here. If you have anything else you want me to read, any suggestions for especially short stories right now, particularly horror short stories, please leave a comment below. I'm always up for adding to the reading list. I have, I'm always reading. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll do 2 episodes on politics later. See you later.